All right, let's go over example 2, writing a fraction as a percent. And this is part of chapter 5, section 5, percents. Problem A says write 3/50ths as a percent. I have the steps over here on the right, and step 1 says to multiply the denominator to equal 100. Okay, so I'll show you what that means. First, I'm going to rewrite 3/50ths. 3/50ths. Okay, so what step 1 means is we need to find an equivalent fraction, which means the fractions are equal, but there's like bigger or smaller numbers. So remember when we simplified fractions, when we divided the top number and bottom number by the same number, we were finding an equivalent fraction, but the numbers were smaller. Okay, so this time for this step is we're going to find an equivalent fraction with bigger numbers. Okay, so we need to find an equivalent fraction where the denominator is 100. Okay, so we need to decide 50 times what would give us 100. Well, I know 50 plus 50 is 100, so that's the same thing as saying 50 times 2. Okay, so 50 times 2 is 100. And step 2 says to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. So if we know 50 times 2 is 100, we need to take 3 times 2 to get our equivalent fraction. And I know 3 times 2 is 6. Step 3 says to write the numerator as the percent. Remember, numerator is the top number. So it would be 6%. So 3/50ths written as a percent is 6%. Okay, let's do problem B. It says write 7/25ths as a percent. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite 7/25ths. And again, we need to find an equivalent fraction where the denominator, bottom number, is 100. Okay, I know 25 times 4 is 100. Could think of it as 4 quarters equals $1. Quarter is 25 cents. 4 quarters is $1. Anyway, so then we need to take 7 times 4, because we multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. And I know 7 times 4 is 28. And then to find the percent, we just write the numerator, the top number, as the percent, and we are done. 28%. Okay, let's try problem C. I'm just going to bring down my steps here. Problem C says to write 19/20ths as a percent. Okay, so I'm going to write 19/20ths. See if you can solve the rest of this on your own, by the way, as I'm running this out. Okay, equivalent fraction where denominator is 100. All right, I know 20 times 5 is 100. So times 5 times 5. Could also think of it as you could cover up one of these zeros, right, in 20 and 100. So you could say 2 times what equals 10. Well, I know 2 times 5 is 10. And then same as 20 times 5 is 100. Okay, I know 19 times 5 is 95. And if you don't know that off the top of your head, you could do long multiplication. Okay, and then step 3 again just says write the numerator as the percent. So 19/20ths is the same as 95%. And we're done.